Hi, everybody. Welcome back. It's your favorite professor, Dr. T. So I'm going to just go over this graphic organizer because we didn't get to it in class. So I'm just going to make a video out of it. But, of course, I love my graphic organizers. So I'm not going to read everything to you here. And then I'll just do a little demonstration of how you do factoring of things that look like they're almost impossible to do anything with, but it's just a skill, and it's an important skill if you are going to take any upper level math, but it's also a great exercise for the brain. Okay. So, when you have your polynomials, you're going to write them in a way that you can make sense to yourself. So you don't have to do them my way. You don't have to do them exactly this way. But as you do more and more, you start to develop your own method of how you can do it. So sometimes I do some things in my brain and some things I need written down. Okay. So you divide by common factors, and then you make sure that you can't divide anymore. That's basically what that all means up to about 4. And then you put those common factors on the outside, right, of the parentheses. It says division sign, but it's really a parenthesis, which is also, division parentheses are grouping symbols, okay? And then it says place parentheses around the terms at the bottom of the division sign. So I'm not going to do mine exactly that way, but you'll see. Okay. So in this first one, I see right away that every single term has a 3 in common. So I'm going to write the 3 out here. Okay. And then I don't have any y's with the 6. So there's nothing more that I can do in this one except divide out the 3. So 18 divided by 3 is 6. And I just copy the y squared minus 5, right? Y to the third plus y minus 2. And that is it. Okay. So there's plenty of room that you can write notes. So if you get in any way confused, then also write yourself some notes. Okay. So the next one looks like it's probably just overwhelmingly complicated, but it's not that bad. Right. So every single term has an X, a Y, but not a Z. See, this one doesn't have a Z. So I have to leave the Z's there. And if it helps, you can underline all of your numbers. And since this one doesn't have a number, I mean, it has a 1, I can't divide any of the numbers out, okay? But I can do double lines for X's. But every single one has X's, okay? And then you could do a triple line for the Y's, okay? So the only thing that I can pull out, the largest X is a 1 of the X's. So there's 1 here, there's 2 here, there's 3 here. So I'm going to pull out the X, and I can also pull out Y's. So let's see how many Y's I can pull out. There's 2 here, 2 here, 4 here, and 1 here. So I can only pull out 1. Okay. So I end up with 45x to the second, y, z to the third, minus x, y, and, or sorry, not x, just y, z. And then plus 15, I have 1x left and 3 y's minus 5. I can take out both the x and y because it's out here already. And then I have z squared left. Okay. And if ever I make a mistake, because there's probably going to be a time that I make mistakes, just let me know. So for this one, every single term has an 8 in common and at least an x squared. So I can pull an 8x squared out here. And then I'm going to get 4x squared. And you can pause the video and do this yourself. Let's see, minus x, right? Plus 2. And that is it. Okay. Now, you can also just multiply this back through and see if you get this up here. So if I multiply 8 and 4, I get 32. I'll multiply, add the exponents, I get x to the 4th. Multiply, I get minus 8x to the 3rd. And then I multiply this, I get plus 16x squared. So check and check. There you go. And then for this one, lastly, what do we have in common? Every term has a 2 in common. I cannot pull out anything. Oops, I did not mean to do that. Cross it out. And then each one, the biggest x I can pull out is a square. The biggest y I can pull out is a square. And the biggest z I can pull out is a square. So I get 41 x to the 2nd. Y's are gone. Only one z is left in that first term. Minus 8x y to the 5th, z to the 9th. Remember, I am subtracting the z squared from, or sorry, just the square part from 11, plus 4y to the 7th. And that is it. Don't forget that you need to label your pages with page numbers and then place this into your notebook. As always, thank you for watching. Oh, and also, if you like to see something, if you have something that you're stuck on, let me know. And as always, thank you for watching. See you next time.